Only 1% of people can get all 5 right. Are you one of them? Think fast, and don't second guess yourself, because your brain's about to play tricks on you. These questions might seem easy at first, but trust me, they're designed to mess with your instincts. So sit tight, stay sharp, and let's see how quickly your mind can keep up. Ready? Let's begin. Alright, here comes your first challenge. And remember, don't overthink it, or maybe do. Question 1. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Most people immediately say 10 cents. Feels obvious, right? But that's your brain taking a mental shortcut. It's called the availability heuristic. Your mind grabs the first answer that feels right without doing the math. Let's break it down. If the ball costs 10 cents, then the bat would have to cost $1.10, making the total $1.20. That's too much. The correct answer. The ball costs 5 cents. That makes the bat $1.05, and together that's $1.10. Crazy how confident that first answer felt, right? That's just the beginning. Let's keep going. Next up, let's see how well you spot patterns under pressure. Question 2. What comes next in this sequence? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, underscore, underscore, underscore. Most people instantly say 64. Makes sense, right? Each number doubles. Easy. But here's where it gets interesting. What if I told you this wasn't a math sequence at all? What if the pattern wasn't numbers, but digits? Take a closer look. 2, 1 digit, 4, 1 digit, 8, 1 digit, 16, 2 digits, 32, 2 digits. The pattern could also be about the number of digits growing. See what happened? That feeling of confidence. That's confirmation bias. Your brain found a pattern and ignored everything else that didn't fit, just to stay comfortable. If you felt sure about that answer, congrats, your brain just tricked you using its favorite shortcut. And we've only just started messing with it. Ready for the next one? Alright, time to shake that confidence a little more. Question 3. A farmer has 15 sheep, and all but 8 run away. How many sheep does he have left? Most people rush to subtract and say 7. But hold on. Read it again slowly. All but 8 run away. That means 8 sheep didn't run away. They're still there. So the correct answer is 8. It's one of those questions where your brain fills in gaps automatically, assuming it knows what's being asked. That's called the illusion of knowledge, where you feel like you understand something, even when you don't. Still feeling confident? Or is your brain starting to sweat a little? Let's keep going. Let's switch gears and hit you with something that's not just logical, but emotional. Question 4. You see a train speeding toward 5 people tied to a track. You're standing next to a lever. If you pull it, the train will switch tracks, but there's one person tied to that other track. Do you pull the lever? Most people say yes. Sacrificing one to save 5 feels like the right thing. It's logical. But then, imagine that one person is someone you know. A friend, a sibling. Now what? Suddenly, the decision doesn't feel so clear anymore. That's emotional reasoning in action. When your feelings override logic, even when the math says otherwise. Your brain weighs emotional impact heavier than cold facts, and that's completely human. It's not about right or wrong here. It's about how your mind wrestles between reason and emotion, and how that conflict affects your choices without you even realizing it. Ready for the final twist? Let's go. Alright, last one, and this one's designed to completely mess with your logic. Question 5. A man walks into a bar and asks for a glass of water. The bartender pulls out a gun and points it at him. The man says, "Thank you," and leaves. What just happened? Take a second. Think it through. Makes no sense, right? Now here's the twist. The man had hiccups. He asked for water to stop them, but instead, the bartender scared him, which actually cured the hiccups. That's why the man said, "Thank you," and walked out. Mind blown. This riddle throws your brain because it violates your expectations. You're wired to make logical connections. Man wants water, bartender pulls a gun, and your brain starts spinning stories that feel normal. But this scenario breaks the script, so your brain gets stuck trying to fit it into a box it doesn't belong in. That's the power of lateral thinking. solving problems from a completely unexpected angle. So, how many did you get right? Or better yet, how many felt right at first, until your brain got flipped upside down? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you're hungry for more mental curveballs, you know what to do. You just witnessed how your brain jumps to conclusions, fills in gaps, and trusts instincts that often fail. But hey, you made it to the end, and that already puts you ahead of the crowd. Most people don't even make it past question 3 without getting stumped or second-guessing everything. So if you're still here, your brain's got some serious staying power. Now tell us, how many did you actually get right? Be honest. Drop your score in the comments and see how you stack up against everyone else. And if your mind enjoyed this little workout, get ready, the next quiz coming up is even trickier. Think riddles, reverse logic, and questions that bend the rules of common sense. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. See you in the next mental showdown.